Well, today we basically confirmed that indeed we still have quite a bit of corruption going on, because today we learned exactly which vehicles will qualify for a $7,500 EV tax credit and which ones will not. We have a list here of plug-in hybrid electric vehicles which, for example, used to get the $7,500 tax credit but now do not. So Audi is on the list here, BMW is on the list here as well. Of course, that has nothing to do with the fact that they are not based in the US. Chrysler, on the other hand, does have this plug-in hybrid which does not get many miles, and yet it is getting the $7,500 tax credit. Same with Ford, same with Jeep, same with Lincoln, and then of course Volvo is not getting any credits here. According to Sawyer, none of these vehicles got more than 37 miles of pure electric range, and they are getting the $7,500 EV tax credit. Tell me how that is not corruption. I can sort of understand the decision to give half to them, $37.50, but full $7,500? Yeah. How is that not corruption? Tesla will keep getting all of the EV credits except for Model 3 standard range, rear-wheel drive. That one will only get half of the credit. Razan made a list of all of the vehicles in the US that are electric and that get full, partial, or no credit. They are sorted by their net price. And looking at the Chevy Bolt, yeah, that's a pretty good deal as long as your garage does not catch on fire. Maybe if you can park that vehicle outside, that's not a bad deal if you don't mind driving in this. Although I hear that men do not like being seen in one, so yeah. Although it's not as bad as the BMW i3, this is probably the worst looking electric vehicle that I have seen from a big manufacturer. Terrifyingly ugly. I'm speaking as a man specifically. Some women like it, and maybe some women actually would look pretty good in that, but not many. Very few. And now a moment of silence for these other automakers that are not going to get the credit. Sawyer posted a full list of all vehicles that will be eligible for a full credit as well as the partial credit. And these are the plug-in hybrid vehicles that really have no business being on this list here. The ones that receive a full credit. The partial credit, okay, I can overlook that, but the full credit, that's really not fair. That's simply corruption, basically. We have some positive data from Europe. Before, it used to take this many days to achieve a number of deliveries that Norway has just achieved. And this time it happened in 17 days instead of 37 days that it took last time. So this is good. It's a small number still, but clearly in the right direction so far. Looking at all countries in Europe that report daily data, clearly we are heading towards record quarters within these countries. And I have to really zoom in quite closely for you to see a difference, but clearly there is a difference. We are going in the right direction. Elon also replied to this story, was alerted this weekend, looking into it. And this story is about Tesla Shanghai factory workers appealing to Elon Musk on bonus cuts. Two workers at the plant, where Tesla employs around 20,000 people, told Reuters they were informed by their supervisors over the weekend about a cut to their quarterly bonus payout, which is linked to the factory's performance. According to a report published by the local government on April 12th, there was a mechanical accident in the welding workshop at Tesla Shanghai plant on February 4th that killed one worker. This is very unfortunate, but the reality is if you work in manufacturing, it is really inevitable. From time to time you will have these things happen, but let's see if Tesla really had anything to do with it. The local government's investigation concluded an oversight in Tesla's safety management indirectly contributed to the accident and said the deceased worker was directly responsible. So basically the worker was responsible for the most part. And here is how big the bonus appears to be. About $300, 2,000 yuan. And typically, it appears they get paid about 100,000 yuan per year. So imagine if you make $100,000 a year and you lose 2,000 per year from that. And that's just one quarterly bonus. So imagine if you lose that bonus every quarter, that's like losing $8,000 per year. Certainly, I can see why people would be upset. They also elaborate here a little bit more, deducting the performance bonus, which should be related to workers' output and nothing to do with work safety, is even more unfair. This bonus cut should come from the safety bonus, not from a performance bonus, but I don't know all the details. I think we are going to hear a little bit more about this over the next few days or weeks. Until then, I'm not making any conclusions. And check this out, Porsche delivered a record 81,000 vehicles almost to customers in Q1, which is 18% up. But in contrast to growth in the ICE segment, Porsche's BEV sales declined 3% year over year and 6% quarter over quarter. I heard someone say that Porsche is beating Tesla. The numbers suggest the opposite. We have Renault CEO saying Tesla's price cuts are a challenge to automakers. Yeah, no wonder. And it could get a lot hotter. This gigantic rocket was supposed to launch today, but sadly, a few things did not go as planned. They are going to retry again in a few days. While some will surely be disappointed, some will point out that from an engineer's standpoint, actually, this was a successful test flight because nothing exploded. Elon Musk is creating a chat bot called Truth GPT. There was an interview today on Fox with Elon Musk. Elon said an AI that cares about understanding the universe is unlikely to annihilate humans because we are an interesting part of the universe. Now, when I watched it, he didn't seem all that certain. At first, when he said it, he sounded actually quite not certain, and then he said, oh yeah, most likely, I think we will be fine. And then he doubled down on that he thinks it is going to be fine. Or at least the impression that I got is that is the best way to proceed forward. I personally fully support Elon behind this, and hopefully this becomes another successful company. Morgan Stanley today put out a new research note about Tesla, and really they just have a lot of questions. How will the margins look after this earnings call? They don't really provide a very certain estimate here. They just say that they have investors saying that it will be between 17% on the low side and up to 24% on the high side. And then they are asking this question, did the $7,500 EV tax credits pull the demand forward, meaning people ordered vehicles just in case they thought maybe these credits will go away, so now there may be less demand temporarily. That's pulling demand forward. Dave Lee posted this: when will a professional team of soccer players will not be able to beat a team of robots? Some think it will take decades, but looking at this video, it may happen a whole lot sooner. I mean, look at these. Bam. Imagine where this is going to be just a few years from now. If they can already do these basic things, they will only get better. And the progress is only going to accelerate. It's going to be exponential, especially as more people work on it. Interesting times we live in. Interesting times. Even Stephen Mark Ryan did this whole long post admitting to how wrong he was about, for example, Google retaining its dominance for a long time, where no one could disrupt the search business, but with ChatGPT and AI progressing so fast, he thinks that is not necessarily the case. And same goes for Amazon in e-commerce. Very interesting. Elon has been commenting on this video, or this kind of videos, pretty much daily. And James has been commenting on Elon's comments also pretty much daily. There's a lot of debating on Twitter about price cuts and advertising, and this actually explains pretty well why advertising could possibly be effective. This shows a circle in which people can afford Teslas, and this is a circle filled with people that do not know the benefits of owning Teslas, and advertising would lead to some sales here. But at the same time, if you cut prices, you will make this circle a whole lot bigger, and then these people buy Teslas, they will let these people know about these benefits. And the key problem for now, I still believe, is affordability, and Stephen Mark Ryan thinks exactly the same thing as well. The earnings call is almost here, and during that, we will learn exactly if Tesla is swimming in profits or not. We'll find out. Until then, I don't think there is much of a point to debate about advertising or no advertising. Let's see what the profits are. My preference is to get the prices as low as possible first until we exhaust all of the demand, and if that does not work, then go to advertising. And this is an important message to all Tesla stock investors. My name is Matt Posios. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.